Hi guys, welcome to today's video in which we're going to have a look at storytelling. Now, storytelling is a very useful tool which can be used to get young people engaged and excited about reading at a very early age. So today I'm going to take you through 6 tips that you can employ right now to take your storytelling to the next level. So if you're new to my videos, my name is Farad Valley and I make videos aimed at librarians, people who use libraries and anyone interested in libraries. Just a reminder, if you like the channel, don't forget to show your support by subscribing. In this video, I'm going to give you 6 tips that you can use to improve your storytelling, whether you're a beginner or even an experienced storyteller. So the first tip, and if you can get this right, really everything else just falls into place. And that is to make it fun for you as well as for the kids. I can't stress this enough. The storytelling process has to be fun. So remember to lose your inhibitions and be spontaneous. You're dealing with young kids here, and the advantage of that is that young people are very much non-judgmental. So just go with the flow, have fun, incorporate some elements that can make the story fun. Watch the following short clip to see how the storyteller is not afraid to act foolish or even silly with the kids in order to get them excited before the story even begins. Can I put my shield on? Yeah. Okay. Oh, what? Oh, so then must I sit like that? Oh. Oh, like this? Yeah. Okay, let me put it right. Like this? Oh, okay. Okay, oh, like this. Is that right now? So if you can get the kids excited and having fun before the story begins, you're well on your way. Now the next step that you should keep in mind is to choose an appropriate story. And here you need to consider the length of the story. For example, longer stories are maybe good for bedtime reading, but they're not appropriate really for a short storytelling session. Remember that young people have a limited attention span and cannot sit for a long period of time. They're going to get bored. So keep your story short. Also make sure that you keep your story appropriate to the age group. Generally, our storytelling in libraries are done with kids, but if you have, for example, a young adult or teenage audience, you might want to focus on a different type of story for them. Another important thing to keep in mind with regard to the nature of the story is to make sure that there's nice pictures in the story so that you can show the pictures to the kids. Remember, you don't always want to be reading, you want to interact with the kids as well. And finally, if possible, choose a story which includes a nice lesson for the kids to learn. So what did we learn from the story?
My daddy gives everybody, all the animals, the food.
He gives them food. Okay, so we learned, what did we learn too?
Share.
All of you say?
Share.
Say, we learned from the story, we learned to share. Say,
We learn from the story, we learn to share.
okay. Right, next step. Make sure you engage and interact with the audience. Remember, this is not a one-way process. If you keep it as a one-way process, the kids are easily going to get bored. So make sure you interact with the kids by asking questions, keeping good eye contact with them, and make sure you pay attention to their responses and acknowledge their responses as well. This is a book. Is this a book?
No!
It's a tablet. But you know you can also read books on the tablet. Do you know that?
No, you have
You all have tablets. And did you ever read from the tablet?
No, I never read from my tablet.
You never read from your... You can talk to it. Okay. Now I want to show you that this tablet has some books. Let's put some books here. Basically, make the kids part of the story. The 4th tip to being a good storyteller is to make sure that you vary your volume and your tone of voice. Now, nobody likes to listen to anybody who speaks in a monotone like this. Okay, so you don't want to speak like that. You want to make sure that you are varying your tone as well as the volume where appropriate. In certain stories, there may be different characters, so change the pitch of your voice depending on which character is speaking. If there are different characters in the story, there may be parts of the story where you can accentuate your volume or even lower your volume. When the sun sets, Dooley sneaks into the kitchen. You know what sneaking is?
Like peeking.
Yes, she sneaks into the kitchen. She opens the oven and she takes out the cookies for special. So simply, if you vary the pitch and volume of your voice, you are more likely to keep the listener engaged. The fifth tip, include an activity wherever possible. Now, there may be stories in which you can incorporate some sort of craft activity to do maybe after the story. If not possible, you may be able to include some dancing or maybe even just a simple singing activity. Can you sing that song again for me? Okay. So I like to divide my storytelling sessions into two, and in the first part we do the storytelling, and in the second part we do some sort of activity. This breaks up the monotony of the story and also allows the kids to be involved and engaged. And the final tip you can employ, which is so simple, is to record your stories. By recording your stories, you have the opportunity to view them afterwards and see what worked, what didn't work, where the audience was engaged, where the audience was not engaged, and what you can do on a personal level to improve your storytelling. So those are 6 tips that you can start employing right now to improve your storytelling. Apply them, use them, and watch your storytelling evolve instantly to the next level. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. And once again, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Till the next time, goodbye.